Good morning, Norcal Karters. It is Cinco de Mayo, also known as May 5th, and I missed my Monday. So it's Wednesday, doing the quick weekly update. And again, the calendar for May is packed. This past weekend, let's see here, there's Blue Max Kart Club, Shasta Kart Club, um, the limited 125 guys went up to Reno, the Northern Nevada Kart Club. The 80 guys were out at Blue Max. That was all this past weekend. And Blue Max is, I believe, this week. I believe Blue Max is repaving the grid area. So for a number of us, that would be a very, very welcome addition to that track. That membership base, they for the past few years have worked very hard to try to make improvements to that track. And I know when it comes to pavement, it can be awfully expensive, and it's a big commitment of club members' money, but they're paving the grid areas. So a lot of you should be very happy about that. And again, those were the events this past weekend. This coming weekend, again, today is Cinco de Mayo, and normally I like to have my family and friends together and do the chile rellenos, but honestly, it just got by me. I didn't plan far enough ahead. But happy Cinco de Mayo. And no, it's not Independence Day for the Mexicans. That's not what it is. I don't remember what it was, and it's also not the day to drink as much tequila as you can. But it is a fun day that I normally like to get together with the family, do some chile rellenos and Spanish rice, all that good stuff. But this coming weekend, CRC, California Rock Championship, they're kicking off their series at Buttonwillow. And let's see, that's going to be a Friday, Saturday event again. So May 7th, May 8th is the California Rock Championship. And Andy's crew will be at Buttonwillow. Their official website is challengekarting.com. Again, challengekarting.com. And on our race calendar, it looks like we have GFC Karting heading down there to support their customers for that event. So, again, gfckarting.com. If you're wondering why I mention Gary quite frequently, well, he sent me a check. He wanted to advertise on the podcast and the calendar. So I mentioned gfckarting.com. Same with challengekarting.com. Andy's a returning sponsor to Norcal Karters. And they signed up with us last year. They renewed for this year. So that's why I mentioned his website as well. And his events get a little bit extra of attention. I was trying to get Andy on for a podcast over the past couple of weeks. But one, he's been very busy prepping for the upcoming race this weekend at Buttonwillow. And then also they've been moving shops and a lot going on with the FTK group and the Challenge Karting group. So hopefully they'll have a very good, strong event. Again, like I said, I was trying to get Andy on to do a podcast. He's great to have on. He just has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to karting, a lot of history. And then also he does a great job tying in a lot of the NorCal tracks or shops to whatever event might be coming up for him. So it's always fun having Andy on. But yeah, May 7th and 8th, CRC, California Rock Championship. And so that's a Friday, Saturday event. So that will leave you enough time to get home and hang out with that special mom in your life or mother figure in your life. So Sunday is Mother's Day. And that is Sunday, May 9th. Let's see here. And then also tonight, I am going to have a special guest on. We are going to attempt a video. So we'll see how that is going to work. But we're going to have a special guest on. It's local racers. I don't want to spoil it too much. I think it's going to be actually a pretty cool interview. It's going to be a little bit different. I know a lot of the karting teams, karting media, karting in general, they really highlight, the fast guys. the guys up front, the big names of the sport. It's like, we want to grab those people and bring them on to grab the attention. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. Um, it's going to be a family that races at Sonoma on a very regular basis. They've been up there for a few years. I've seen them at all the races that I've gone to. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And it should be a lot of fun. So I, again, the video is going to be new to me. So bear with me on that. But I'm hoping I'll have everything posted tonight. And I'll see if I can do it through YouTube on the video and then through this podcast here, which is, norcalkarters.com. Click on the podcast link. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm being a little hesitant on how the whole thing's going to work out, only because the video is going to be new. But they said they wanted to try the video thing. It's like, all right, I have a guinea pig. So if it works out well in the future, we'll make a much better effort to do more and more video. So that is going to take place tonight. So let's see. We covered California Rock Championship this Friday and Saturday. Team GFC Karting will be down there supporting his customers. Tonight we have a special video podcast. I guess that's a vlog. Let's see here. Next Monday, another Norcal Karters podcast. And then May 15th and 16th. It's going to be a busy weekend in NorCal as well. So we have Sonoma Rock Cup, race number 3. That is going to be Saturday and Sunday, May 16th. Saturday, Sunday, May 16th, Sonoma Rock Cup. And I'll be up there again doing the announcing. So I've been taking some notes on things I can improve on. I'm not a race announcer, so I was really looking forward to the challenge. And again, I've been taking some notes. A couple people came up to me after the fact, and kind of the really, really good announcers out there are just so fluid, and they're just really masters of the craft. And Hunter Pickett apparently set the track record at Sonoma at the last race. And it wasn't just glaringly right in my face. So it made me wonder, I said, wait a second, where do they post the track records? So I started doing some diving, reached out to the Camerons, and it looks like they confirmed that Hunter Pickett did break the track record at the last event. So it just brought some attention to me. It's like, okay, there's a lot to cover in these announcing. I was running my mouth all day long, but a lot of it was going down the schedule, racers be on the grid. We're also working on the PA system because there were a number of individuals that couldn't hear the PA on the outskirts of the pit area. So I know Cameron Karting and Steve and Kimberly have been working hard on that as well. So a lot of things going on, but it's a whole different experience for me. It's not like I roll in as the I'm your announcing professional. So every race, my hope is to improve. So if you're listening to this podcast and you were at the last race and there's things I can improve on, send me a quick note. Also, if you're going to be at the next race, send me a bio sheet and I'll read them off. And but do it ahead of time, please, because there's so much going on at the track that honestly, the time just disappears. I can't believe how fast the day went by doing the announcing at the last race. And it was neat being in the tower and kind of watching all the behind the scenes stuff. Some of the really, really cool thing was I have a much, much deeper respect for the time and scoring people. I know Sonoma has been plagued with timing and scoring issues in the past. And, the live timing, the loops going down. There's a lot of things that the track is working on to make better. But behind the scenes, I didn't realize how active the timing and scoring people are. So I was sitting right next to Michelle Manning at the last race. And, she's fairly quiet. But all day long, the radio's going. They're radioing back and forth to the scales, or radioing to corner workers. There's racers coming into the tower with, oh, I lost my transponder on the track. Can you make an announcement? Can you do this? Or can you replace my transponder because it's somewhere on the track? I don't know where it's at. And all of this stuff is going on. And here I am doing the announcing stuff and going down the schedule and trying to keep that on track. I started doing a live podcast for a couple of the heat races. And like I said, before I knew it, the day was over. But I never really spent any time in a tower watching the timing and scoring. And it's amazing how much is actually going on in the background. And I know when I was in the tower, the track magic guys were screaming and waving at us because we were a lap off. So the flag man was a lap off from the race monitor. And a lot of people don't realize Michelle was engaged with another racer that was up next. And they were trying to figure out the whole point system for where the racer was supposed to line up, etc. And so Michelle was dealing with that, and it didn't get communicated to the flag man, hey, we got 2-3 laps to go. And so that was going on, and it was just, I sat there going, wait a second, there's a lot. Here she is buried in the computer to make sure that every racer on the track is getting scored. You have racers that drop their transponders or didn't charge them. So all of a sudden, midway through the race, they just disappear. They're just no longer there. Then you start hand scoring. You have a racer coming in saying, hey, how do the points work for our grids, etc. Now with Michelle, she works a lot of different series. So for her, it's just a wealth of knowledge of getting into that computer system and changing things around. It's like, okay, well, this is how Rock Sonoma does it, or this is how Rock Cup does it, or this is how some other local series may score, and they're all different. But that was really a cool insight to have. I really enjoyed that. And then she kept me on track too. She was printing out the sheets for the heat races coming up, so I had all the racers in front of me, and I'm looking out on the track, and it's like, oh, who's that racer? Oh, okay. Hey, Michelle, for the next heat, can you print me up a current list so I know who's starting where? And I mean, it was just, again, a lot going on in that tower. And then there's just me running my mouth. So, shout out to all the timing and scoring people out there. I know you're not appreciated by a lot of the people in the pits, probably because if you're doing a great job, they don't know you exist. So thank you. It was a really neat experience to see, and I look forward to the next event and again, improving on the announcing stuff. So with that being said, where did I leave off? May 15th and 16th, GFCkarting.com will be supporting his customers at Rock Sonoma for race number 3. I will be up there Sunday doing the announcing. Really looking forward to it again. And then we have Prairie City 4-stroke weekend, May 15th and 16th. So that's the same weekend, Prairie City. And earlier I talked about how Blue Max did the paving, or they're doing the paving for Grid A and Grid B. Well, recently Prairie City added in some new runners and some pavement to the track. So if you haven't been to Prairie City in a while, go check it out. Now there is asphalt that runs from the direction of the pro shop and the scales towards the main road turning into the track. So all those guys that pull in with their small trailers and their pickup trucks for the day, that area is now paved with a running strip going to the grid. And then they have another paved running strip that goes all the way to the back to tie in those trailers. So you have a nice paved walkway to get up to the grid. And then the very, very far back, all the way up to the fence, they've paved, I'm going to guess, it's probably a 50 by 50 or 60 by 60 or 60 by 80 area in the far back that really opened up the whole pits back there. So before, if you pit back there, it's like you're almost at a different event. There's trailers in front of you, there's things blocking you to get to the grid. Now, if you walk all the way to the back of the grid, it's all the way back at the fence. And when you look out, you just see everything. And it really brings in, just ties in that whole area to the main part of the paddock area and the pro shop and the covered grid. So good job to the Durbans out there. Again, that's this weekend, Prairie City four-stroke weekend, which is the 15th and 16th. Sonoma Rock Cup is also that weekend, 15th and 16th. And I also have on the calendar Modesto Karts and Coffee. So go to norcalkarters.com, click on the calendar, and they're basically piggybacking off of a Cars and Coffee event, and they wanted to do Karts and Coffee. It's down in Modesto, and if you go to norcalkarters.com, click on the calendar, you'll see that it's at the McHenry Village Shopping Center, and I've seen a number of posts on Facebook with people promoting it as well. So check it out on Facebook. A lot of times when I see events like this, I do just reshare them to the Norcal Karters Facebook page. So make sure you go to Facebook and like the Norcal Karters page. And I am getting a little bit better at getting more content on Instagram. I know I'm old, I'm behind the times, but I generally don't do a lot of photos. So I'm working on that as well, so I can kind of tie in that whole Instagram group to another channel of reaching people. So May 15th and 16th, GFCkarting.com. We'll be supporting racers at Sonoma Rock Cup race number 3. You can register for the Rock Cup event at sanzarukarting.com. Sanzaru, SANZARU, karting with a K.com. That's how you register for their events. They also have started utilizing the Kart Pass app that you can download for free. Kart Pass app is what Sonoma is using for their rock events. And again, the Karts and Coffee. And let's see here. Prairie City, PCkarting.com. PCkarting.com. And again, I'm mentioning the websites and the social pages for these promoters, clubs, events, etc., because they sponsor Norcal Karters. They help keep the page alive. So just giving them some little added value. And that's May 15th and 16th. May 17th is your extended deadline for your taxes. Here's your friendly reminder. So if I just said taxes and you needed to take a shot of tequila, I understand. So friendly reminder, tax day, May 17th. Contact your accountant, download Tax Pro? No. Whatever Intuit's product is. The tax one, whatever. So May 17th is extended. Don't be late. They like to charge a lot of fees. May 22nd, 23rd, CCKRA at Fresno. So their website, cckra.com. Now you need to double check with them because they had a few tentative dates, and you know what? They've updated the calendar since last week. So it's not Fresno. CCKRA, May 22nd, May 23rd at Buttonwillow. It's a points race. So at Buttonwillow, CCKRA is a points race, and they're going to Buttonwillow. So I'm assuming that is because the fairgrounds are not yet open to the public. That is my assumption. If someone from CCKRA is listening, you can definitely send me a response so we can confirm that. I'm going on the calendar right now. We are changing that to Buttonwillow. So everyone bear with me for a second. I know you're thinking, Jason, you should have done this ahead of time, and you're absolutely right. I should have. But things are just getting busier. So, which is a good thing. Busy is good. So I'm updating the calendar right now. Bear with me for 1 second. So again, all of these events, I have them listed on norcalkarters.com. You can go to the calendar link. And I'm still here. Let me just hit save. norcalkarters.com. Click on calendars. Boom. cckra.com has been updated to Buttonwillow. So they still have an event. You just got to go a little different direction. That's a shame, too, because the Fresno track is a lot of fun. It's a temporary track, and hopefully they can get the one going in at the end of the year. That is going to be September 11th and 12th. The reason I say that is I think for a lot of racers that have never raced on a temporary circuit before, Fresno would be a great local option for you to go down and get used to a temporary track before, the Rock Vegas event or the Super Nats. Let's see. You got Super Nats is going to be at the Rio. You have Rock Vegas. I can't call it Rock the Rio because they are not going to be at the Rio. Rock Vegas is going to be right on the Strip. That's right. The Rock guys got it done where there is going to be a race on the Strip, and the host hotels, if I remember correctly, is going to be Planet Hollywood in Paris, and the race is going to be behind those hotels. That should be just really neat for people. So, Rock Vegas on the Strip. So, how did I end up on all of that? Oh yeah, Fresno temporary track, paved. It's a lot that they put up barriers and cones and everything, and it's a great way if you've never run a temporary track. It's a great way to get used to it. It's a really fun layout. I did it for the first time last year, and I really had a great time down there. I'd like to go back. cckra.com. Bakersfield Kart Club, they have an event. May 22nd, Saturday. Bakersfield Kart Club, they have an event. May 22nd. Northern Nevada Kart Club, nnkcreno.com. Race number 3 on May 23rd. Again, Northern Nevada Kart Club, nnkcreno.com. They have a race on May 23rd, and that's race number 3. And KPX, May 29th, May 30th. KPX has another event coming up, May 29th, May 30th. Then May 31st is Memorial Day, so a lot of us have 3 or 4 day weekends. So May 31st, Memorial Day weekend. And then there's Rock Cup USA Rock Fest, NOLA. Rock Cup USA Rock Fest, NOLA. And then there's a Track Magic Super Rally. And both of those take place the first week of June. June 3rd through the 6th for NOLA. And June 4th through the 6th for the Track Magic Super Rally. And June 6th is the Shasta Kart Club. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll be back later today with a live interview. And stay tuned for that. And then next Monday, I'll be back with more events. Thank you for listening. If you like what I'm doing, share the podcast, subscribe, go to Spreaker or your favorite podcast player. Look for Norcal Karters. Go to YouTube, like our channel. Anything social media where you find Norcal Karters, just like, subscribe, etc. And looking forward to see you guys next weekend.